Hello, it's 11:10 p.m. Still on Saturday night. Well, I'm just basically documenting, video documenting like an open video journal, open video diary of my experiences and you know, like a daily diary of, you know, what I've been going through and stuff. So, my legs have been hurting all day. And as I said, I couldn't go run the errand that I needed to run. Well, I wanted to try to see about, getting my taxes done. That was the errand. But I didn't leave out of this room at all today. The closest I did was open the door for the DoorDash person because the swelling is going down a little bit on my legs, but my legs, they hurt like crazy on both sides. They hurt on both legs hurt, like above the knee and at the back, on the back of my thighs, above the knee, on both legs, and also, you know from knee to ankle on both legs, mainly on the front. So it's like I need to recuperate and recover. Um, you know, Now before March 3rd, when I was on the streets for a whole week or whatever, or like 6 days or something. No, it was probably 5 days, a few days, and I had the same two pairs of it was very cold, so I had the same two pairs of sweatpants, t-shirts, and like 3 layers of socks, and was still freezing cold. So 5 days in a row I will wear, you know all those clothes and those socks without taking them off. And then finally not being able to take a bath or a shower anywhere. Um, when I finally got into that other hotel room on March 3rd, I took a shower. I think I took a double shower. And then, cleaned from head to toe. And the bottom, like the next day, in between my toes were splitting and sore, and they were hurting so bad. And then for a few weeks, my feet were, the bottom of my feet, like the entire foot, was peeling very bad. And it seems like it's, like in between my toes was sore and hurting so bad that I couldn't walk. And then they would split more whenever I tried to walk. And I don't think I ever experienced that in my life before. And so I had to try to soothe it by putting coconut oil, and that helped heal it. I didn't put it on consistently, but I put it on sometimes, because I had fear of ruining the bed sheets with the coconut oil, and I was afraid I was going to get in trouble. If I would have had to pay an extra fee for quote unquote property damage. So, but this time around, and my legs were swollen up then, and it took like a week for the swelling to go down, and then by the end of the 3 weeks, my legs were like normal. So now, spending 6 days on the streets, homeless, and not being able to lay down. And my legs swelled up like crazy to the point where 4X sweatpants would be too tight because of the legs swelling so much. So the other day, Wednesday or whatever, when I went to take a shower, I weighed myself and I was 277 pounds. And I'm like, this 277 is not me, because I know it was from the swelling, that the swelling in my legs and stuff is what made me be big like 277. But so I never had this happen before, where my legs and thighs, when it actually hurt so bad that I can't even, it's difficult to walk from my legs swelling. And I used to have that problem all the time, going a month or even 2 months. Imagine being homeless on the streets of my hometown, New Orleans, not being able to lay down for at least 2 or 3 months, not even able to stretch my legs or anywhere, and then get harassed. And even, for me to get harassed by police, or people calling the police on me and treating me like a terrorist or something, you know, and they act like as if getting rid of me was like a form of animal control. Like when there's a wild animal or something, and they call animal control out for like a wild different animal that's somewhere where it's not supposed to be. Like as if I'm some doggone bear walking around on a doggone college campus or something, like UNO, where I graduated from. Or they making like as if I'm a deer that's walking on Canal Street in New Orleans or something like that. I mean, I would get constantly harassed and ran off from everywhere by police. If I doze off and fall asleep on the bus, one bus driver put his hands on me before. And it's like, well, how is it you the same bus and you got smart ass and I threatened to report you and you didn't care? And it's like, so I get it. Because I'm homeless, I'm not allowed to sleep on the bus. But people who just got off from work, working overnight, multiple people sleeping on the bus, and you didn't tell them nothing after you got on my case. Now, like, ain't this some shit? You threatened to permanently ban me from riding the bus because I'm homeless, and after a while, your body shut down, and you shut down beyond your control. Beyond your control when you doze off and fall asleep. And sometimes they call it micro sleeps if you're suffering sleep deprivation. And I had the micro sleeps, and they wrongfully banned me from the fake Everman place in Pensacola. And I had been there not even 2 weeks. And I was a daily customer at that place and tried to get a job when I first got there. And they didn't hire me. At first, they were saying I was just banned for a year, and then they made the decision to have me banned for life. I'm like, y'all fucked up. Just because, and they'll tell you to your face, it's because you're homeless. So even if I get back on my feet, I will never be able for the rest of my life get to shop at Everman again, ever. That was one of my favorite places in Pensacola for the first 12 days before they did what they did. Even though it cost so damn much. It was overpriced, but that was Pensacola's version of Trader Joe's and Whole Foods, since they didn't have Trader Joe's and Whole Foods there. So, yeah, just imagine, not being able to sleep or not being able to lay down for like a month or two. And if you do get any sleep, it got to be sitting up, and you don't sleep well. So, um, so after I did that bigger video, two videos, no, I'll say three videos before this one. The open talk video that I did. After that, I was able to push back the refrigerator. And then they had like behind the refrigerator they had like a little roach trap. And so ever since after I pushed the refrigerator back, now I'm starting to see all these tiny baby roaches around this hotel room. But before then, it was no baby roach, no roaches at all. So so I was able to push back the refrigerator and access both the refrigerator and the microwave. And so it was around I had a hard time trying to make up my mind of what to get, because I started to get a few little groceries, but I'm like, but wait a minute, I don't have any plates, I don't have any utensils, I don't have anything. So what I did was I ordered a 3-course meal plus a small breakfast plate from this restaurant. I'm not going to name the names, but the perps know what it was. But I ordered from this restaurant, but let's see, I got a $4 discount. They said I saved 15% and I got $4 off. But then, with the fees and everything, I still basically the delivery fee was $3.99. So basically the delivery fee was waived. But I had to pay the service fees and all that. And I think it was part of the gang stalking that they added some weird 6-cent tax. Now, when I first tried to order the food, what happened was they at least twice they said error occurred with this restaurant or whatever. And I got frustrated and discouraged. I'm like, well, everything else is too damn expensive. So I logged out and then reordered the order. And then they precisely put a fake 6-cent tax. The tax was so-called, 6 cents. And that, it would have been $32.97, but with 6 cents, they made the price to be, just to have that, they manipulated and manufactured just so that they can have the Masonic 33 and 333. Same as 777, 666, and 1111. So they caused it to have $33.03 was how much all my food was. If it weren't for that fake artificial man-made, the fake manufactured 6-cent tax, my food would have been $32.97. But that's the games that they play. As I said, twice I tried to put in my order and it kept on saying something was wrong, error occurred, and something was wrong with the restaurant or whatever. And so I'm like, that's a game that they play. So the name said that the driver's name was Christina, CHR, Christina, Christina, CHRISTINA. Guess what? It was a black dude with dirty hands that delivered my food. He was nice and respectful, but, he had dirty hands. And I'm like, oh, so a guy named Christina, huh? That's some gang stalking weirdness now. So I'm glad that my food was everything great. The flavor wasn't the best, but I'm glad that they gave me the satisfactory and proper amount of, the side orders and and the everything. So I took and I ordered like some pancakes, and it came with five medium sized, small to medium sized kind of pancakes with one sausage link. They didn't give me any butter or syrup, so I used honey, the honey that I've been having from Trader Joe's. I still have some honey, and I absentmindedly poured the honey in the same way like you would pour syrup. And I'm like, oh, what was I thinking? I was supposed to measure it out with like 2 tablespoons, and I just drizzled it on there. I wasn't even thinking like, but it turned out all right though. And then I had some coconut, like 2 spoonfuls of coconut oil right after that, and I took my supplement, my amazing grass supplement. So I turned out fine. And that I didn't eat until like 3 o'clock this afternoon, and that was breakfast food that I ate. The pancakes and the one sausage link. Then about 8 o'clock or somewhere around there, between 8 and 9, I had 3 side orders, 2 pieces of banana bread, and I had 2 side orders plus a soup, and then I had the 2 pieces of soleil fish. Wow, that fish is like, it was bigger, pieces of fish, and it was meaty. And with the 3-course meal, it came with either soup or salad. Plus, I got the fish meal with the 2 sides, and the what do you call that? The banana bread. You had the option between having banana bread or biscuits or maybe some regular dinner rolls or something. Excuse me. And then after that, and with the dessert of choice, I chose the peanut butter pie. So I was disappointed because I hate whipped cream. And it's like, I hate when you order on DoorDash and there's something you don't want or you don't like. There's no way you could tell them that, I don't want any whipped cream on my stuff. So it seemed I'm never going to get that pie again. But I like that it looked like Oreo crust or chocolate crust, and it seemed like it had more whipped cream than peanut butter and like mixed in it. And then like twice or 3 times the whipped cream on top of the doggone pie. And then they put pieces of Reese's Cups or whatever, like crushed Reese's Cups or whatever on top. But I'm never getting that again because I don't like whipped cream at all. I hate whipped cream and sour cream. So I finally got to eat. So what I did was I ate the pancakes and the one sausage link for, it was 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then for dinner, I had 1 piece of the fish and half of the mac and cheese, half of the corn, and 1 piece of the, what do you call that? 1 piece of the banana bread for dinner. And then the rest I save for later. So tomorrow I'm gonna have the other piece of fish in the banana bread. I might do it this way. I might have like the I might do something like have the banana bread and a piece of fish for breakfast, and then later on and then have some coconut oil to try to satiate me and hold me over. And then later on have the soup and the rest of the soup and the rest of the mac and cheese and corn, and take my supplement and the coconut oil to try to satiate me and hold me over. So so I told y'all in the video before last, I put it on both TikTok and YouTube, about how on YouTube the online gang stalkers left me alone for a nice good while. And every day or every other day, the fake wannabe Darnell Williams perp will come and get his dosage of harassing me and slandering me on TikTok. But, he left me alone for a couple of days. But then whenever I mentioned in the YouTube video that he left me alone, then he come back with vengeance the next day or so. So then, out of nowhere, all because I mentioned in the previous open talk video, I mentioned that I did not have breakfast. And then 2 online perps bitched at me about, and this is your first and only comment. Like, you know me so well, but you never commented on my videos before, They never commented on my videos, and they never commented on my channel. And so they never commented on my videos on my channel before, and they make it like as if they're sick and tired of me always talking about food. And then this one perp try to falsely say, all you talk about is breakfast, 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 and you just talk about food or whatever. I'm like, well, I blocked that perp, and you said, you literally, they use that narcissistic fake word, literally in every video you talk about breakfast all the time. I'm like, bitch, go somewhere. That's not even true. Funny that I was, they must have been reading my mind or see that I'm working on a short story that's related to food. So, if you have a problem with me talking about food or talking about my survival as a homeless TI, then there are other channels you can go watch. But stop trying to control people. If you're disgusted with my videos and say that I make you sick, but you're still subscribed and stalking and harassing everything I do, and you've been subscribed to me for years. And they had this one perp named Larry D or something that had an account for 9 minutes and gave a fake supportive comment saying, oh, I just came across your videos, God bless, or something like that. I just came across your channel. And then later on, he commented under another person supportive comment and said, don't support her, don't give her any money. And then it's like, if you knew with a brand new account, he doxed me and told the precise number of how much, and as I said, I don't even remember how much money I don't remember telling anyone the exact number of how much I get in Social Security every month. So, but how you don't even know me, but you saying, don't support her, don't give her anything, she gets such and such amount a month. But I bet you living off of, you probably get, you probably, with your gang stalking, you probably get, I heard that gang stalkers make a minimum of $250,000 a year off of targets, off of gangs, off of perping people. That's not a real job. So, these perps, it's like, How you come from making a supportive, encouraging comment and then later on just start hurling insults and, saying all kinds of fucked up shit. And that's like, I don't know you and I never did you anything. So, they got this homeless couple on TikTok. I think they're friends, but I don't think they're dating or anything. But, they get a whole lot more support than I do. It's a guy and a female. A black guy and a white female, and they were homeless living in their car, but they supposedly just got like not exactly a housing situation, but they're supposed to live on, somebody invited them to live on their land, and they said their car recently broke down, and their phone got messed up, and somebody donated and supported and helped them get a phone. And I don't know if somebody gonna help them get the car fixed, But, if they're professed targets and they're homeless living in their car and showing how they're surviving, and they're skinny people, but, if they show videos of themselves eating and stuff like that, and, people ain't going to tell them nothing because they're skinny. But the reason why I'm obese is because all those years of psych medication and these mercury metal toxic fillings in my mouth. That's why I'm overweight. So that is why I'm overweight. If y'all look into mercury amalgam fillings and obesity, or also psychiatric medications and obesity, then you'll see. So I mean, how is it you jump on my case because I said I didn't have breakfast, and then you get frustrated and talk about me being fat and greedy, and always that I literally talk about breakfast in every single video, which is not even true. I talk about what I want on my channel, and if you have an issue, stop being a childish troll and thumbing down all of my videos. That's not even fair. So y'all suppressing the truth and thumbing people down and harassing people. It's like, as I said, I didn't have anything to eat or drink for hours, and it was around 2:00 when I had a cup of water to drink, and then later on I had my supplement and I think some extra water when I ate the pancakes and stuff. I might go to the snack machine tomorrow if I'm still hungry. Like, all I have is $4.30 something cents. So I'm just showing y'all an example for how I was able to take a 3-course meal and stretch it for 2 days. That's why. That's all I'm like the fact that I'm in this hotel room. So but as I say, y'all think it's a big crime, a felony crime and blasphemy against the Holy Spirit for Candy Grandpre to mention food. But as I said, if you have an issue while you're watching while you're watching my videos, while you're watching my channel, but they need their asses whipped. They really do. A serious one. And then they want to say, oh, don't support her. She gets 900, So, me getting 900, I'm going to say it now, $910 a month, but at least like almost $170 go towards the bills, the storage unit, and my phone. I think it's like $166 or something. And then the rest of it, if I got a week in the hotel, that'd be like $360 or so. And then the rest, I would use it towards, um, bus fare, laundry, food, and transportation. Yeah, bus fare, transportation. But if I get, and also I have certain needs like toiletries, my supplements. I've been taking my supplements before I even became homeless. Years. Ever since, like, for a decade, at least a decade, I've been taking my coconut oil. I've been taking bentonite clay and been taking my amazing grass supplement, you know, and people say that when you're targeted, you should try to detox. But, being homeless and poor, I don't get to have that much. So it, like, with my social security check, if I would end up basically do like the most I probably could do would be like with my own money up to 10 days, 10 nights in a hotel with my own money, and then the bills and everything. And as I said, I'd be having like, and I have to get like soap, rubbing alcohol, trash bags, floss, and let's see what else. A few other things. Laundry detergent for laundry and stuff. And, flossers for my teeth. I need to get replacement toothbrushes. So it's not my fault. It's been freaking cold. And y'all forced me out of Pensacola. And then y'all try to make it like I'm stupid for being there because ain't no housing there. Well, I didn't know until after I got there. So then y'all kept on pushing for me to get kicked out of Pensacola. Y'all hated me for me to be somewhere where the beaches are. And y'all were pushing for me to be out of the South where it's nice and warm and pretty. And so now that I'm here in Cincinnati, Ohio, now y'all want to say, well, that doesn't make any sense. Why would you move away from where it's nice, warm, and pretty and all that? And I have to tell people it's a long story. But I heard that the perps forcing you to move around like that, I heard that that's human trafficking. And they're getting paid to move you around and forcing you homeless. And it's very sick that rich people are profiting and making a whole bunch of money off of poor and the homeless. And then turn around and tell everybody, don't help him. He's on drugs. Don't help her. She's a scammer. While y'all sold y'all souls. But this is supposed to be punishment for not being compliant with MK Ultra, which would turn you into a whore, turn you into a witch, make you under the control of demons. And if you're targeted, a lot of times we'd be sitting here fighting against this satanic stuff. And that's why we call targeted, because we don't fit in with the program. We're not targeted individuals are non-compliant MK Ultra victims who fight against the programming, and so they stalk us and try to control us to get us back into, like, they're very disappointed that I found out the truth and broke away from psychiatry and the mental health system. That I broke. Oh, that moment I said that they hit me in my heart with the energy weapons. They hit me exactly right here. That I broke away from psychiatry and the mental health system. I broke away from the fake IDMR cult. Even maybe no, it was 2021. I was off and on a slave to secular music, like enslaved to secular music, and felt like it was hard to break away from. And I mean, I admit that, I've been back to being enslaved to food and junk food and all that because of my poverty situation. So and a lot of times, if you have even if I had a roof over my head, when I was working at the zoo in my hometown, New Orleans, I was always on the run, always on the go, and didn't have much time to cook. So it seemed like I would be gone all day, and then by the time I come home, it's time to go to bed, and then I end up having to go to work sleep deprived because I got no sleep at that night. And then dealing with crackhead perp neighbors next door, terrorizing and making noise and harassing me and stuff, and making me feel unsafe. So, somebody made a supportive comment, you know, and they told me that even if the perps are thumbing down my videos, they said it's that my videos are still getting out there and that it's still helping the algorithm. But my videos are getting suppressed, and I hate that constant reminder that I deserve to be punished or that I deserve to be hated. So or that I'm such a horrible bad person. And so yeah, I mean, if what am I supposed to do? I mean, my prayers go out to the people who suffered out in tornadoes. And I heard that Cincinnati, haven't even really looked outside today. I didn't even look out the window today, but I heard that thousands of people lost power, that they lost electricity due to the tornadoes here in Cincinnati. And that I heard there was a bad tornado in Arkansas and a bad tornado in Mississippi. And I think Montana, and I think I heard that somewhere in Indiana, which is next door, that they had a bad, like Sullivan, Indiana or something. I heard that was a bad tornado or something. So, yeah, a lot of people lost power. And earlier today, I don't know if it was due to the tornado or if it was like that, both the bathroom and the kitchen lights in this hotel room, it seemed like the lights were flickering. So I don't even know, the light bulbs might need to be changed anyway. So I mean, I've had to be forced outside, and it was traumatizing and scary to be forced to be outside, homeless on the streets during hurricanes and tornadoes and hail. I almost died April 21st. I'm sorry, April 2021. They had all those tornadoes and hail. And then because a fake TI perp lied on me for before Hurricane Ida, nobody helped. Nobody came through to help me. Nobody. And I showed footage of the flooding and everything, crying out for help and everything. And I got increased abuse and harassment. And then after a narcissistic fake Christian TI perp was smear campaign me after I exposed their narcissistic abuse, they'll make it like as if I'm getting karma or reaping what I sow. And then they kick back and laugh at my suffering. And make it like, oh, you don't play with God's people. You're not God's people if you're a satanic sellout, dummy. A true child of God would not defend the wicked acts of a Freemason and defend and agreeing with Freemasons and sex traffickers. But I mean, you're not God's people if you perping people for fake revenge punishment. If you were a true child of God, why do you hide your face in videos? You call me a fat, greedy bitch and a hoe and everything. And when you're overweight and fat, you even told me over the phone you were fat. And then you hide your face, and you freaking jealous of me. They start off pretending to be inspired by you, and then they try to butter you up and flatter you. And then you go through something bad with the perps, and then you're thinking that they're a fellow TI supporting you, but then they kick you down even harder and defend and agree with the perps, and make it like you should be in the wrong, or that they're disgusted and sick and tired and frustrated with you complaining so much. So, as I said, that $910 only lasts me the first week, and I'd be lucky if it lasts me 10 days. If and when I get a hotel room for like a whole week. There have been moments where if I had to get a regular hotel, and the most I could afford is 3 days, if they'd be like close to $300 or $400. So it's really hard. Like, how the hell am I supposed to survive? It's like, let's see what my phone says. My phone is saying 40 degrees right now, but they say it's supposed to get down to 32 degrees. I mean, it was 36 degrees earlier this week, and I felt like I was going to roll over and die. But people trying to make you feel bad for struggling, the fact that you're struggling to survive and asking for help, and they make it like you a burden and asking for too much, or that you're crazy for demanding so much. And you're not even trying to demand, you're just asking. And, you're trying to get help to survive. And then people, they don't want to help me because I'm black, single, female, and disabled. Other professed targets, you can be a 22-year-old able-bodied white dude and with a dog. And if you claim to be homeless or whatever, they'll give you enough help to get you quickly out of your situation. And some people put up a GoFundMe and ask for like $10,000 for one thing, and then they'll end up receiving like over 400,000. When they ask for only 10,000, then they get 400,000, and then they even say, well, that they didn't need all that money. But then I don't know what else they do with the leftover money. But it's like it's spread like wildfire for everybody to say, don't help Candy, don't help me. I have my fund. It's a go get funding because the online perps got my GoFundMe wrongfully taken down, and then they threatened to get the go get funding. They threatened to get it taken down. I don't even get help every month on that one. But it took me a year and a half, or probably longer than that. It took me about a year and a half to accumulate only, like, it was like not even $1,500 from that actual GoFundMe. And the online perps was stalking my GoFundMe and falsely accusing me of scamming and getting over on people. When I requested the GoFundMe, for $10,000, hoping that I can get a business or get a vehicle to live in, or try to get back on my feet or whatever. And then, they falsely accused me of extortion and fraud and everything like that. And it's like, how come it's not extortion and fraud with people who are not targeted and they're homeless? And, if they might just want to take the easy way out and they get the fucking help. Or if their situation goes viral and they get help they can get like $25,000 in donations, I'm going to say literally overnight. And I'm not over exaggerating. When narcs say literally, they be lying and over exaggerating. But I'm saying truly, 25, if you ask for $1,500, and then you get 25,000. Truly, I'm not over exaggerating. Like overnight, like within 10 hours, and it spread like wildfire. But if you target it, they make sure to suppress your fundraiser or whatever. And they got a lot of the fake TI perps that run around here with fundraisers. They got nice houses and cars, and then they talk about, oh, I'm targeted and I got this fundraiser up to spread awareness. But you got a house and a car and falsely accusing me of being a scammer when I'm sitting here struggling on the streets and being terrorized and harassed. You don't even have any evidence or footage of yourself. All you do is sit behind sit behind a desk, or you drive around in your brand new red Tesla talking about how great God is and talking about God's chosen 144,000. And then you perp people behind closed doors, and you talk about, oh, I don't even give these perps any energy. I don't give them the time of the day. But then you hide behind God and hide behind Jesus when you a satanic sellout fake TI perp. But y'all the same ones, you got your nice houses and cars, and then run around talking, whether you're a fake TI perp or a regular perp, you sit there and talk about, how I shouldn't get any they said do not give her any donations. And I never saw any other professed targeted individual in the TI community. I never saw a perp or anybody else. I never saw anybody say, don't give that person any donations. I'm the only one that I saw that people say, do not give her any donations. Don't donate anything to her. And it's fake TI perps that betrayed me and regular perps that have said, and even in the TI community, they be telling people, do not help her. Stay away from her. And they'll lie and say that I'm the perp that sold out and is making tons of money. On my Ko-fi, and look like they're saying that for the month of March, all I accumulated or all that I got was $6. Just like my ebooks and the fundraisers and the Ko-fi, I can go months with no donations at all. From the the ebooks will be earning money, if people bought the ebooks or whatever. But the Ko-fi, it's hard to get the word out, and it's like how some other people get exposure on their Ko-fi and get a lot of donations and everything. And I can't even do Facebook because Facebook and Instagram, I put one post and I get like censored, blacklisted, censored, and shadow banned, and they suspend my account almost soon like fuck Instagram and Facebook. Shit stain Gram and Facebook. So yeah, I'm an enemy to Facebook. So Twitter is like talking to a brick wall. And it's like I'm tired of the favoritism and picking sides that when I have an issue with another professed target that's a fake TI perp in the TI community, they all gravitate and defend and agree with that fake TI perp. And they all huddle together and block and unfollow and block me in droves, but without hearing what was truly going on. If you see a fake TI perp speaking against Candy Grandpre and saying that I'm crazy, I'm schizophrenic, I'm a scammer, that I need medication, but you claim that you're targeted too, and then you support other professed targets, but then you perp me. But the exposed gang stalking website said that they'll act like a uncorrupted TI towards you until you figure them out. And that's when they start their perp shit. When they even think you woke up. That's like with covert narcs that they with covert narcs that they pretend to be fake nice, and then once you start to figure stuff out, that's when they flip the narrative, and now all of a sudden you're the one who's all. I mean, at first they tell you how much of a gentle, kind soul you are, and then next thing you know, once they're mad at you, now all of a sudden you're the devil with black dead eyes and everything. You're the one oh, darkness surrounds Candy. Like, how you saying darkness surrounds me when you're the one who's sex trafficking people? So yeah, I mean, as I said, I'm some people say go ahead and be vocal and outspoken against your traumas and targeting, but they want to handpick who they think is allowed and privileged to do it. That's elitist, narcissistic, fake elitist mentality. Now, they had this hardcore Bush Van Dyke, that abusive narcissistic, that she DM'd me on Twitter and was talking about wanting to come to Ohio by me. Now, I don't even know you. And she has her Twitter picture of herself smoking weed. She claimed to be targeted, but ain't got no videos in the media section. Nothing about herself being targeted. She's talking about wanting to link up with me. I don't trust that. So, she told me the other day, well, I'm in Ohio. And I'm like, oh shit. I don't know I don't know if she said she came to Cincinnati, but she said, well, I'm in Ohio now. And she's like, oh yeah, I want to help you get back on your feet or whatever, or something like that. And I don't trust that. After what I went through with Trisha, I don't trust that. And so she made a hypocritical comment saying, well, she said something about when I mentioned about something about employment or whatever. I think I mentioned about the fingerprinting from the other day, or a job interview or something. I don't remember. And so she said something about everybody else flooding my mentions, talking about ignore your stalkers at work, and if you do get another job and all that. You can't ignore people lying on you and trying to destroy and sabotaging your job. You can't ignore that. You gotta fight. So she sit there and tell me ignore the stalkers and say you're there to make money. You're there to make money, not friends. I'm like, when did I ever insinuate that I wanted to make friends in that tweet? So I'm like, yeah, you sound narcissistic and controlling. And the fact that you came to me, somebody sent the perps must have sent you to try to be my handler. No, I don't trust meeting up with you or linking up with you. I don't even know you. I don't even know your name. I do not know you, and I don't know your name. Even though you're another female, but I don't trust linking up with you. You might be more damaging than what Trisha did to me. I don't trust that. So, I got clowned and told how stupid I was for going by Trisha's house. But then people wanted to lure me to different cities and states, and they were saying that that you should go by that person's house, that it would be a great decision if you go by that person's house. So they wait till you're doing at your worst to make offers to get you to sell out and try to traffic you when you're doing the shittiest and about to give up and at wits end and about to give up and homeless and poor and struggling and penniless and nobody want to help you. And that's when they narcissistically want to take the opportunity to try to exploit you. And if you refuse their offers, they'll call you, they'll smear campaign you. Don't help her. She's ungrateful. Because I refused your offer to try to get me to sell out. Then you smear campaign and lie and say, oh, she's ungrateful. Don't help her. So, other professed targeted individuals, they have houses and cars. They got Cash App, GoFundMe, Venmo, and all that. Some of them make music. Some of them are authors, published authors. And if you claim to be targeted, but you got over 20,000 Twitter followers, but nobody's making slanderous or sabotaging comments on your ebooks on Amazon, but then you acting narcissistic and perping people, then yeah, that made me question if you one of the popular fakes. So they had this popular fake TI perp named Sean Newberg that even though if his Amazon ebooks costed like 99 cents or something, and he has like a few short story collections about fiction stories about targeted individual experiences. I never really got around to read them, but I supported him and bought them. And then a few months ago, he made a smart ass subliminal comment about me, and I saw that, and then I got mad and I blocked him, and I even deleted his fake ebooks off my Amazon. Off my Amazon Kindle. And I'm like, why would you make a smart ass rude comment about me, subliminal comment about me, and I never did you anything? But then he would make certain tweets at me that seemed narcissistic and controlling anyway. I'm talking about that Sean Newberg guy that he's got over 20,000 Twitter followers. And he's one of the popular fakes. Like, you don't even have any real footage of yourself being targeted. People don't even question a lot of these at the top that claim to be like people like Gerald Soulsby or whatever. Back in 2020 on Twitter, it's like he blocked me before I can even find out who he is. Is it Gerald or Gerald? I don't know how to pronounce his name, but it's like if they say he's like an FBI whistleblower or something, and it's like the fact that you blocked me and before I can even find out who you are, like you're one of the popular fakes. And they're like, oh no, he's just very hacked. No, a lot of these popular fakes at the top, they be pretending. Like how they say Dr. Catherine Horton is a real targeted individual, and somebody said that she was perping them and gaslighting them. That she was perping and gaslighting people and exploiting people. But I never heard anything bad about Romola D. I haven't really listened to them, people like them, but Karen Melton Stewart seemed like she supposedly believed in God or whatever, or supposedly a Christian, but I've heard rumors, people try to say she was racist, that her and Sheila Vance were racist or whatever. But I never really, I kind of really didn't interact with her that much, but I don't have anything against her or anything like that. She never really did me anything. But I had a feud with Shayla Avance, but I had a feud with Susan Fortunato Olsen and what's that lady, Doris Claus, Midge Mathis said something like kind of like she ignored me one time and then said something like rude to me. I don't remember what it was. And then that Howard guy defended and agreed with I don't remember his whole name, but he got 33 in his name, his username, and he defended and agreed with Susan Fortunato Olsen and attacked me when he didn't even know the facts about what happened. But Susan Fortunato Olsen, she was rude to me on Facebook in 2020. So in Facebook, I was wrongfully like banned from just about all the like everything I tried to post and like targeted and trafficked in all those Facebook groups with the professed targeted individuals, and people have warned me saying that over 90%, over 98% of professed targeted individuals on Facebook and Twitter are fake TI perps. That the majority of them are perps. And that there's only like 1 or 2% of real TIs that get damaged by these exploitative, narcissistic, control freak, fake TI perps. It seems like the real TI is still standing. They're on TikTok. They even had the popular fakes on Quora. Like, what's that bitch name? Richard Moore. He got hateful and blocked me on YouTube for unprovoked for no reason. But I had a small little situation with what's the name? Andrea Holloman. She had passed away, but that was before she died. I had a little small situation with her. But I feel like when she was alive, she must have told him something to make him block me, because Richard used to be supportive of me. Richard Moore, he's from somewhere in Mississippi, but he's one of a narcissistic and one of the popular fakes. Now, if you're a real TI, how would you have access to a directed energy weapon that you held it in your hand, directed energy weapons, and showing people? So when he got hateful and blocked me for nothing, or rumors that he heard, or stuff that he heard, and you feel like you trust someone just because they're popular and well liked, and you trust that person, you know. And with Andrea, when she was alive, it's like she defended and agreed with a fake TI perp telling me to ignore the perps, and I'm like, well, you don't take your own advice. You get frustrated, and you know, she was the one who started the and had the biggest TI group on Quora. So it seemed like everybody huddled together and had me blocked on the narcissistic victim community and the TI, so-called TI community on Quora. But then I had to block them right back. But I mean, I was forced to cancel that account, and I was, and that Quora was another way they invited me to be a partner. I was starting to make a tiny bit of money off a Quora partnership. So I haven't gotten any money in months from Quora. They must have shut it. I guess maybe for a year after I shut down the account, they were giving me a little bit of money, and then I guess they stopped giving me money from the questions that I asked on Quora. And the online perps and my twin sister, they all bullied me off of Quora, ran me off of Quora. And my twin sister was the main ringleader, smear campaigning and lying, and had everybody huddled together and blocked me on the narcissistic victim community groups. So and falsely making it like she's the narc. I mean, like she's the victim and I'm the narc that's exploiting and hurting her. But she's the abusive, narcissistic perp bully and a deceiver, and been a liar from as long as we're able to talk. The moment we start talking in our lives as, you know, little babies or whatever, she's been a liar from the beginning. A chronic liar to the point where it's a fucking sickness. But I'm the crazy one, but she's a bad parent, a negligent parent, an abusive parent, deadbeat mother. But then treats your girlfriend like a queen. And if she never divorced Dwayne, how the hell was she able to so-called marry China? I don't know. I heard rumors the online perps was saying that China is her wife. Like, that's so perverse. Like, you've been pregnant at least 3 times and got kids. And all of a sudden, you got a wife. And nobody's saying that China is using my twin sister for a free life. That's the talk of the family. The mentally slow, crazy, biological family. Yeah, that's what they say. But they act two-faced about China. They're not gonna like Wyatt or Mark or whoever or Ramona. They're not gonna fight China. They'll just talk shit about her behind her back, but smile on her face and treat her like a queen and treat her like normal. But they'll do me all kinds of dirt, both to my face and behind my back. But my twin sister went harder for China than Dwayne. She wanted to try to force the family to accept China. But she didn't try hard like that to try to force the family to accept Dwayne. The family didn't like Dwayne either. So, so I mean, and I heard that, speaking of the homeless thing, in my hometown, New Orleans, the biological sister Ramona said that Sean was stupid. The fact that if he would be homeless on the streets, and if he get a hotel room for a week or two, and then be back on the streets for the next couple of weeks, and then she would say that he's stupid. But he is only stupid because you mad because you can't exploit him and take that money and go gamble with if he was staying with you. That's why you call him stupid and say he's wasting his money. If you can't take other people's money and go gamble with it, then they're stupid and wasting their money. And Ramona, the majority of her life has not worked. I don't know what happened where she quit working for a long time. And then for many years just freeloading off of men. And then I think it was a few years ago, she said she worked at Burger King for 6 months and then got fired. And they said that the people lied on her or something. No, they were telling the truth. Ramona always doing crooked stuff. Like, Ramona had a warrant out for her arrest for stealing $40 out of a white lady's purse in Denton, Texas. She had a warrant out for her arrest for stealing money out of a lady's purse. So, but how come people ain't gonna call Ramona a scammer or exploitative or anything because of the color of her skin being light? They idolize and worship her because of her fucking skin color. You know, they're not going to badmouth her and avoid her like the plague and stay away from her. She got the filthiest house in the family with trillions of roaches, and she's the main house that everybody wants to do company over at her house. But when I had my place, the family thought they were too good to come and visit me. And if they did, I had to get a dosage of perping sessions with them doing all kinds of perp shit on purpose, you know, to make me mad enough to say, I don't want y'all ever coming back over here again. I can't even do something nice for the family, like invite the family for dinner, for a nice dinner or something. I can't even treat the family out, and they'll exploit that and treat me like shit after I just spent like hundreds of dollars on y'all. Treating the whole family, treating everybody out to eat. And y'all got nice houses and cars and shit. Brand new cars. While y'all y'all drive reckless and speed like 200 miles per hour on an interstate while looking down at your cell phone, drive reckless and make me feel unsafe in a car, and then treat me like you don't trust me to drive or have a car. Like you don't want me driving. So, yeah. I'm sitting here trying to just think of all the stuff that happened this week that I didn't really get to talk about. But like that female who wanted to that lesbian or whatever that wanted to meet up with me, and then she wants to narcissistically control me. Hell no. Stay away from me. And I don't trust you, because the moment me and you have a falling out, then she probably would publicize my phone number as revenge, punishment, or she might set me up to get locked up or something, like Trisha was trying to do. So, as I said, if it weren't for what Trisha did to me, I probably would still be at the Budget Inn motel in Pensacola, still getting weekly donations from people, to enough to stay in that motel. But then, people always defend and agree with the liar, the manipulative liar. Y'all got a whole cult clan army of flying monkey cult followers to defend and agree with and worship and idolize and fake support y'all, while the truth teller gets stones thrown at them and forced isolated. If you were a true TI that's hated, you wouldn't have a whole army and a whole gang to defend and agree with you against me. So who's the one who's more hated? Don't talk about being the most hated TI or the most hated in the world, and then you get people on your side and you're deceived by throwing up satanic hand signs. And it's like other professed targets would be blind to Monique and Miss Samantha and all them. Like, and to Trisha. It's like Monique was perping me with the red. She came on that video prepared and ready. Uniquely made warrior or whatever. She came prepared and ready in advance to perp me after I saw her talking to defending and agreeing with my twin sister and saying that I'm crazy and schizophrenic with mental issues. So then I did a video and talked about fake crusty Monique or whatever. And so then she did a fake slander video and said lies and slander or whatever. And then Trisha copied off of her, and Darius copied off of both of them. But was trying to falsely accuse me of lies and slander, but that's what they did to me after I exposed the truth about their narcissistic gang stalking abuse. They're all fake. Because they gotta act like they gotta work extra hard to get false proof that they're real. I mean, if Monique had over 100 comments and so many likes from lying on me, and so did Trisha. And it's like I get a whole bunch of attacks and thumbs down, and it's like nobody on my side. And then when I had the feud with fake retarded Miss Samantha, every video that I did talking about her, they just kept on tapering. Like everybody started unfollowing and unsubscribing and blocking me in droves. Even that fake ass Carlton Bird guy with the fake account Ephesians 6 and 12. He's a fake TI perp as well. If you're supposed to be a saved Christian, but you see Miss Samantha perping me in that video, in those videos, but you're gonna sit there and take her side. I mean, he had a whole video that said, show some love to targeted individual. I'm gonna show some love to targeted by the PsychWorld backup. And he put that in the title. And then I don't remember how long the video was, but I think I remember he was wearing red or something like that in the video. And he said, show some love to targeted by the PsychWorld backup. And then next thing you know, the video content had nothing to do with me. He mentioned nothing about me in that video. And he doesn't even have any any videos showing of himself being stalked, but yet claim to be a TI and claim to be Christian, but you following fake Latter-day Saints, fake Mormons and stuff, and following occultists and New Agers and people who practice, the occult, New Age, and witchcraft. That's what I'll be talking about. Y'all profess to be Christian targets, and y'all be some closet Satanists. And then y'all pretend, and y'all be Freemasons and Eastern Stars, and pretend, and y'all falsely call everybody else a witch and a warlock, except yourselves. Or y'all lie on me and say Candy be doing witchcraft on me. Just because I'm from New Orleans and y'all stereotype that everybody from New Orleans does witchcraft, that's not true. Because the foster mom, she did the witchcraft, but she kept us overly sheltered. And, well, that's a treat that, I don't know anything about voodoo, really. And I don't even practice voodoo. I don't study voodoo. I don't read up about voodoo or none of that. So, I feel like I'm the type of person that I don't think I can handle the dark side. I think I'm too weak for the dark side. But people say that you're a weak person if you give in to the dark side, and that if you stick with Christ, then you're the stronger one. But I wouldn't be able to handle the dark side. And I didn't know what the dark side was. I do not glorify or embrace the dark side. Certain celebrities like Whore Beyonce and Gay-Z, they lure people, and, a lot of celebrities, they lure their so-called fans to the dark side and evil and try to get the fans to sell out. So, Aaliyah was the first person I ever heard talk about the dark side, and she made it sound attractive and cool, and I didn't know what the dark side was, and I still never really dabbled into the occult or really anything like that, not knowingly or intentionally or willfully, especially after learning the truth. But she was, embracing and glorifying the dark side, and I'm like, wow, these celebrities freaking dangerous. So it's like they've put in our faces to be the example of how you should live your life, rather than they throw Christ out of the way, the real Jesus Christ. They throw him out of the way. They throw him out of the way and then replace that we should follow and worship these satanic, evil, wicked celebrities, and have you emotionally and psychologically and mentally and spiritually attached. And I heard about John Todd and how that you have to be an initiated witch or warlock or whatever before you can even, after the 1970s, that you have to be initiated in order to into the occult and witchcraft, in order to and Freemason and all that, in order to be an artist. And that goes with anything, with acting and movies, TV shows. But in order to get airplay on the radio, you got to be compliant with the rituals. So you got to be compliant with the rituals. And that's why I can never get famous from my writing, and I don't want to. I just, wish I had enough support just to survive independently and get back on my feet without having. I'm not asking for too much, just trying to survive, and I'm living just barely making it. So, I heard about how Whore Beyonce likes to steal people's music, and she plagiarizes and steals, and then she got sued so many times. So I heard that Messy Maya guy, that his sister tried to sue Whore Beyonce for stealing his YouTube video footage and put it in her formation video. And I'm working on a blog post at this moment. I'm not done. I kind of just started, but I'm working on a blog post about this comedian named Brandon Boogie Montrell that recently got shot and killed. Like, he got shot and killed by the Rouse. I used to go to that Rouse's all the time, downtown New Orleans. But he got shot and killed waiting in a car, and he got groceries for his mom. I mean, I think his mom or grandma or something. And he came in town from Los Angeles and came back to visit family, and then got shot and killed. And then, you know, him and Messy Maya, I never heard of them until they died. But Messy Maya, he got shot and killed, and they put it all on the internet. You know, they posted his pants pulled down, and I think they said they shot him in the neck and killed him. But he will always say, "Who gonna pop me? Who gonna pop me?" But people think that Messy Maya deserved to get shot and killed for talking shit to people, even if it was jokes. But it was something more sinister and deeper. It was ritualistic, and I think that Messy Maya's family even had Masonic and Illuminati connections, and with those different color pink, purple, and blonde hair and all that. I think he had to have been an MK Ultra victim too, because they said Messy Maya was an alter ego or something like that. So yeah, I heard stories about how professed targeted individuals will say that celebrities stole their artwork, their independent artwork, and then made it blow up and be famous. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if a celebrity took one of my short stories and then made a movie off of it and then made millions. I'm like, what the fuck? But they never did that to me. But I mean, if other professed targets say that stuff like that has happened to them. But I don't know of any celebrities stalking me. But I've heard other professed targeted individuals will say that celebrities be gang stalking them. And I'm like, wow, if you thought the celebrities was too busy with making movies and music, how they got time to stalk anybody? But yeah, they do. Even doctors got time out of their day to stalk you. Them bastards, they're vampires that never sleep, I guess. You know, human vampires, demons that never freaking sleep. So what time is it? It is. I better not say it. It's shortly after 12:30 on Sunday, April 2nd, 2023, right now. So, yeah, yesterday I had at least 3 or 4 harassing comments. You know, I had at least 3 or 4 harassing comments. I mean, as I said, on YouTube, the perps left me alone for a while. So yeah, now, um, so yeah, I was trying to say that Carlton guy, um, after he betrayed me and listened to Miss Samantha's lies, I think that she was trying to say that he was the one who called her up and told her that I did videos about her. When she did videos lying on me. And she lied on me and said that I caused trouble between God's people when she's not God's people. If you call me a fat greedy bitch, you working for Satan. You're not God's chosen. So she's part of the popular fake chosen ones cult. And then she gained like over 30 subscribers that day off of lying on me, and I lost at least 7 subscribers that day. And that Carlton guy was one of them who, you know, I think he unsubscribed and blocked me or whatever. And then, so I mean, and he was one of those fake TI perps that only pretended to fake comment on any of my videos that he thought was positive. But Yeah, I don't think he's a real Ti, but I think at one point in that video, he had blocked me. I mean, I'm sorry, he had deleted that video where he talking about show some love to Target, and I mean show some love to Target about a Psych World backup channel. He deleted that video. He deleted that video. So yeah, it's like so many fake Christians and fake Ti perps in the so-called Ti community that's doing Satan's work and pretending to be God's chosen. Y'all ain't fooling nobody. Well, maybe y'all, and the people who y'all are fooling, they are nobodies. You are a nobody. So yeah, now it's 12:35 p.m. on Sunday. So in 2003, my twin sister and her husband did some fake, retarded, stupid stunt where they lied to everybody on April Fools and said that they got married. And then they went back on the next day, April 2nd, and got married for real. And the foster mom was saying that the marriage wasn't real. And the foster mom and my twin sister's husband's mom were they were against my twin sister and her husband being married. I guess because the foster mom, when them getting married, my twin sister's husband's mom, she was an abusive narc too. But that lady, Miss Mildred or whatever, I heard she died, and my twin sister said that lady, Miss Mildred, my twin sister's husband's mom, I think that lady was a narcissistic abuser, but that lady was abusive towards my twin sister and her husband, Dwayne. And I don't remember about, I'm not sure if I did meet the dad, because Dwayne's dad had, he was the one I tried fried turkey. I think it was the first time in my life, and it was wow, for Thanksgiving one time. But Miss Mildred didn't want me over there, and well, Brandy, if you knew the lady didn't want me over, why you sent for me to go over there? If you and there was a snake. That one time there was a snake at the house, and I saw a snake, and Miss Mildred tried to act like I was lying or she didn't believe me. But there was a snake crawling near the house like on that like by the carport or something like that. But Dwayne was elevated like another Lanika from the Masonic Smelly Craft family, that he was just idolized and worshipped for no reason. And Stank Horror Lanika from the Masonic Smelly Craft family was the part of the reason why I became targeted. It's like Lanika was the whore Beyonce of New Orleans, of the New Orleans metro area. Like, you got undeserved praise for nothing. If whore Beyonce get all this praise and looked as a goddess, how many has Beyonce ever done any charitable philanthropy? At least Aaliyah did. I heard that Aaliyah's dad used to run a homeless shelter or something like that, and Aaliyah had compassion, and Michael Jackson, that they had compassion on the poor and the homeless. So they said that Aaliyah was a nice and generous person, and they said that was a threat to the Illuminati, to be nice to us, the masses. Because you be nice to people you show them light, but it got a lot of stuck up mean people. So Aaliyah, she sponsored certain charities and everything like that, like Revlon Run Walk for the breast cancer thing, and some other I think Alzheimer's or whatever. But whore Beyonce, what charity you ever done? But then a lot of the celebrities, I heard that their charity is fake anyway. And I heard that's so that they can be tax exempt and don't have to pay taxes. So, but they'll do like I heard that a lot of celebrities, they didn't do much for Katrina, except a few, but they just wanted to get more fame from it. You know, people like Usher and Brad Pitt pretending to fake help, you know, people from New Orleans. But I heard don't even accept treats or gifts from celebrities because they'll give you like cursed, like if a celebrity would come give you a house or a car, don't or money, don't accept it because I heard it's cursed. You know, I wouldn't nowadays that I know the truth. I wouldn't accept, you know, money or a car from Will Smith or Denzel Washington or nobody. Might be a cursed car, cursed money or whatever, cursed house or something. And so, you know, these Masonic satanic sellouts, sometimes, you know, you may not know if somebody, you know, if they are satanic sellouts. And then when you don't want to accept a gift from an evil person that's trying to bait you in and lure you and try to traffic you or whatever, or trick you, then you get called ungrateful because you see what's up. And not everybody that gives you gifts or money or anything, not all of them have good intentions. Some of them use that to bait you in and exploit you and set you up. And others would make you feel like because they donated you $2, then you're indebted to them and they think that they can control you like a total puppet on a string. And that they want to try to dictate and control your life and make you feel miserable and uncomfortable and make you feel trapped. And so those are the people I fight against. But, you know, I hate being in this predicament because they got so many predators that want to prey on and target, and traffic. You know, they want to try to use my poverty and suffering as an opportunity to try to traffic. And I reject their offers. And they either try to lure you to set you up, or to sacrifice you, or to traffic you. So, another thing I want to talk about was the so-called TI rallies. I don't remember. I heard this in the month of April, but I don't know. I don't remember the exact date, but I can't show my face at the rallies because I know that I would be treated mean and nobody will want to talk to me, or they might make it like as if I'm banned from the rally before I even come. Because I went up against the powerful popular fakes in the so-called TI community, which I call the popular fake TI perp cult. And the real TIs aren't even part of the so-called TI community. They're sitting here suffering by themselves, forced isolated. And the popular fakes all band together. And they have a large cult following of their own. They each got their own individual cult, small cult within a big cult. So it's like an elitist mentality, hierarchy, cult of the popular fakes. And if you're a real TI, you're not welcome. And they exploit and damage real TIs even more. Like the Freedom from Covert Harassment or PAC's Derek Robinson and Millicent Black, I heard that they exploited and perped many targeted individuals and left them damaged and more traumatized. But I personally never contacted them or experienced dealing with either one of them. But I've heard about it. And they're two black people. So people are excited about targeted justice having this so-called lawsuit, but targeted justice, I've heard that they have exploited, that they're a CIA front, and that they have exploited real TIs and left them damaged. And so yeah, I mean, I don't know if I try to attend the rally, would they kick me away, or what would happen if I never attended the rally before? Back in 2019 and 2020, I always heard about the rallies after the fact, or I never had the money to go. But I think I heard something about it's a 10-hour drive from here to Washington, D.C. But yeah, I never been to a TI rally before. But people like, even in 2019, they say do not go to those TI rallies because over 99% of them are perps. Yeah, the popular fakes, right? That only talk about, they think you're crazy if you talk about gang stalking, which there's obvious, but then they only want you to talk about the directed energy weapons and don't talk about the gang stalking and being followed. I wish I would have known about this shit far back as 2003, 2004. I knew nothing about this back then. But in 2008, I was experiencing those myoclonic jerks a lot. In 2008, I had to deal with the myoclonic jerks, and I had to deal with lots of vertigo and dizziness and high pitched ringing in my ears and all that, and lots of loud pickup trucks, like over 800 pickup trucks, loud with the loud engines every day, and that increased the hurt in my ears. And they would have multiple ambulances that pass by several times a day. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? I had abusive perp neighbors living in Denton, Texas in 2008. But stuff went really bad in 2011. Stuff really started to get more weird. People peeping through my apartment windows with flashlights, and I saw footprints as evidence, and I didn't know what was going on, and I didn't know any better, so I voluntarily put myself in the mental institution, and that was my last trip there. And then they kept me there, and they thought I was crazy when I told them what was going on, and I had no idea. But it was shortly after I started talking about the Illuminati and all that. But the earliest I can trace back to being targeted was right after the Lanika situation, with the abusive fake foster mom scapegoating and blaming me, and everybody think I'm full of shit and lying. You know. So yeah. But anyway, you know, so if they're supposed to have a lot of tornado, this is tornado and hail season. It's spring, and they have a lot of it like in March and mainly April and sometimes May. They'll have a lot of tornadoes and hail. So after coming out of the cold and then they have the tornadoes and hail, I'm a burden and asking for too much if my social security check runs out. I be trying to get a job, and then when I get a job, the online perps see, they say, well, you're lazy and don't want to work. But then when I do get a job, they say, well, I'm gonna call your job up and show them and tell them to fire you. I'm gonna make sure to make you back homeless on the streets again. Or they'll say, well, I'm gonna call Social Security. See, look at this roach up here. You see that roach? Just fucking ridiculous. Damn. Crawling all on the damn. Oh. Oh, it got on my fucking bed. Oh. Damn, I knew it was gonna do that. I knew it was gonna do that. Oh. Oh. And this is another thing that keep me not able to sleep. To worry about if roaches are gonna crawl on me. Damn. Sorry, y'all. So yeah, I was trying to kill the roach. That was a bigger roach this time. Whoa. And so then the online perps, they would make slanderous lies and say that I'm nasty and that I'm the one who brought roaches to the hotel, which is not true. So Damn, now I can't relax or feel comfortable in this room. So, it's almost 1 o'clock. It's 12:50 right now. So last night, I think I dozed off at 6 or 7 o'clock, and then I woke up at 8 something, and then ate dinner, and um, yeah. So I had to put the heater on the highest setting in this room. I had to put the heater on the highest setting, and then eventually my clothes finally got the clothes that I hand washed earlier this week. They finally got dry. But yeah, I don't feel comfortable with hotel room roaches crawling all on my belongings. So I'm sitting here wondering if I'm blacklisted and can't really get a job. How the hell am I supposed to survive? I get hardly anything from I get hardly anything from the Ko-fi, the ebooks. I get nothing at all from the blog. And I don't get that much from YouTube either. And I never got the first payment yet, but they said that once you get $100, then you can cash out on YouTube for your YouTube or whatever. So yeah. But I'm disappointed because the shorts videos, as I said, once I with the shorts videos, once I became monetized, I'd be lucky if I get 12 views on a video, especially if I put a short story in one of the shorts videos. But, the perps are mad now that for even if me profiting off of crumbs of them stalking me now. Crumbs of much of nothing, not that much money, And as I said, the Mission Possible perp said that, oh yeah, once she became monetized, I stopped watching her. Well, you should, if you don't like me and you're against me, you should have never watched me in the first place. And I never did you anything. You perping me way from Australia. And they were really trying to frighten and scare me, talking about how they got the Pensacola police chief involved. Well, the Pensacola police chief never contacted me, but they were trying to threaten and frighten and scare me, saying that they got him involved. So, I mean, the stuff that they're doing, it is illegal. But they get paid to, I mean, they sold their soul to the devil to be above the law. They sold their soul to the devil so that they can be above the law. But they're going to pay, they don't believe that hell is real. Or celebrities condition their fans to believe that it's cool to go to hell. And New Agers lie. Oh shit. See? More baby roaches everywhere. This is fucking ridiculous. Damn. So New Agers, they lie and say that heaven and hell are a state of mind. Damn. I guess I would have done better if I left the refrigerator alone, huh? So now I'm starting to see baby roaches galore. Damn. I can't live like this. Like these hotels, they don't give a damn. And it be the crackheads and the druggies and the prostitutes and stuff. They're the ones who bring the roaches and bed bugs and stuff into these hotels. And they live reckless. And the hotel staff, they don't care. They just care to control and abuse people and collect money. And, scam and cheat their way to more money everywhere possible. So I had the light on and they got roaches everywhere. Last night there were no roaches at all. And then the moment I removed that refrigerator, the moment I moved the refrigerator back, it got roaches galore, baby roaches mainly. And I'm like, well, what was I like? Damn. So they had that roach trap thing. So now they got roaches everywhere. And that's not my fault. When I was in the other room in the other building, they had I had no roaches. And then after that manager came in and tried to throw me out and falsely accused me of tampering with the smoke alarms. After she left, then later on I started to get roaches. She must have tracked roaches from another room. So yeah, it really hurts when the perps and fake TI perps say, don't donate Candy any money. Don't give her anything. Oh, she gets a check. Don't give her nothing. But it's okay for people to have cars and jobs. Like, do you say, they have people who make more than $900 a month from YouTube alone. If they have cooking videos that are monetized and they got over 1 million subscribers, and then they got merchandise that they sell, plus they beg for money. Like, nobody says don't donate any money to Willie D Live. And he it's okay. He's a former celebrity, a former part of the Ghetto Boys. How come it's okay for him to have a Cash App? How come it? Because they popular and well liked and got some kind of fame already. It's okay for Sean Davy Way to have a Cash App and ask for donations. And quite a few other people. So why do I deserve to be punished with being restricted to only $900 a month? That I'm not allowed to work or I'm not allowed to get any donations or help. And they say that $900 a month is not enough even for affordable housing. They told me my income is too low. That's what's keeping me homeless. And they want 3.5 times the rent. And they say that there is no housing available. And there's a housing crisis, housing shortage, housing scarcity. I heard for both the rich and the poor. So let me get off here because I know I used up a lot of time. But yeah, tomorrow, if I'm still hungry after what I ate, I have like $4 and some change that I can go to the snack machine and just get me a couple of snacks out of the snack machine. And then Monday, I get the Social Security check. So for now, I'm going to go and I'll see y'all later.